Hey there, guys. So, I've been vibe coding a lot recently, and the thing I did was I moved sites that I've made and software that I've made to different stacks, like like trendy stuff like Rust. And part of that was I went on this huge journey to port some of the websites I've got to a different tech stack. In this case, it is Elixir and Phoenix. And Phoenix is the web server for that language, Elixir. And this is for like people that know the context, but I've taken the TF2 website and I've like not remade it. Internally I remade it. Now it's on like a flashy new tech stack and it's got like some upgrades. And in general, I'm just gonna tour through it and explain stuff about it. So I'll start over. I'll start here. So this is the home page. So I made this in April 2023, and it was kind of how I learned web dev. Like I knew some stuff, but this was originally made with just HTML, JavaScript, and then I organized it a bit better by moving it to PHP. I really like PHP. And this is supposed to look like the TF2 website blog, okay? And this, I find it to be a bit kiddie and infantile. And there's a joke behind that I'll explain later, but this was like extremely popular with people. Like I entertained the idea of like removing this and changing it, and people always demand that I don't, and I get why. It's because people feel it's very like childhood nostalgic or something, and it's like it's very epic. It's very pretty, all the little characters. So you get it. And the original joke was that the people that play here are essentially sickos. Like it's YouTube, so I can't be in depth, but they're absolute sickos. So this little image that it's all like kitty and plushy and cute creates a juxtaposition that makes it funny to me. Okay, and I guess funny to the people that play here and they kind of pick up on it. So parts of this website, I guess I'll start from the top. So originally this top bar, it was different. I reworked it today for the first time in 2 years. This button sends you to the Steam chat, which is how we organize the server now. It originally sent you to Bant Culture. This was originally the info page, but it's been replaced with a JavaScript app. I'll show that shows you the weapon changes on this server. So I'll explain that. So originally this was a vanilla server in 2020, and pretty quick people started saying like, "Oh man, what if there's a plugin that like it changed the weapons back? What if there's a way to change weapons that got nerfed?" And I started by changing the Ullapool Caber back to what it used to be, the plugin from Source Mod, and then I kept going over time because people naturally like change, and it became this whole thing that we'd like revert all the weapon nerfs. But I eventually retracted that because it's like some of that shit that they removed is just like absolute dog shit that they regretted adding as like the creators of this game. So it pivoted to being that there's quite a few nerf reverts. There's buffs for bad weapons, and then eventually like I did shit like I nerfed the sentry really hard because it's not about me. It's like the community. It's like everyone hates certain things, and it's balanced around that. And it's supposed to be doing things right. Like we took over development of this game because it's abandoned. So I mean that's that part. Another thing is that we recently moved to essentially a TF2 mod. So there's a disclaimer that this is now outdated because of how differently things work there, which is that we can create new weapons and add them like right into the game, which is super cool. So it tells you this is now technically outdated, but that a lot of these changes are still in there because you can use the same weapons for the most part. So then we have this artwork page. It's a fan art page. I'll go to that last maybe. Then there's a history page. So this server, you see it little updates, and it was essentially a Ponzi scheme. So it's really hard to keep people playing the same game and to survive as a community. So as a little Ponzi, we would like do these updates. Another thing is that it was an outlet for like graphic design and getting people excited and having fun. So it's not all bad. So let's see here. Let's go. Let's pick this one. Yeah, so you had like these updates. So for people who know like this channel and the community, it's like there's like a little whale. There's like an epic vampire, Guillate, and like you can look here. You can see how we got all this like little funny stuff, and you change the stats, right? Just to like keep people interested. But a lot of this was redacted later. Wow, this is just so epic, man. Okay, and then that's the updates thing. I think I'll show is the original website. So this was made summer 2022. It was a very basic little web dev project. It's kind of busted because you could essentially look for this on Web Archive and it would look better because this was showing like the player count and like other server statistics looked good. Other stuff is just kind of busted here, but you know the stuff like the cool graphic design stuff all comes from the community or me. And then let's go back. So artwork page, mods. So this is a cool page. So this is an index for client side mods, and a lot of these are made by the community, but it's also for just mods that I recommend for the most part. Some of them are like memes, and we've got like the crazy Toho class replacements that it would make you look like how I look right now because I'm a VTuber. And then let's see. So that's the top part. And then this, if you go look at the TF2 website, you know, it looks like this, right? And it's supposed to like communicate with people, make announcements, but it became pretty inactive, but the server didn't die. It's still going really strong. But it's just like you run out of stuff. So this is when the server turned 5 years old. I made this in Blender instead of SFM. Made this in Blender. We've got like some contributions from like our friends. Cool stuff. And let's see what else. So there's a little bit of JavaScript on this page, like I mentioned. All it does is it takes you to the server manual. This is really long. I made this about 4 months ago. There's just like so much to know about like the server and the changes, the reasons why, things you can do. And I didn't finish this, but because they're on a different game, there's that disclaimer again that this is out of date, but eventually it'll be finished. You can look here. You know, this is very cool. Because we had new buildings that I added. It's really, really nice. And it's flashy, so that's why there's that nice screenshot. Let's see. So this, we should cover this part. So this would take you to an updates page. We went through like the updates thing in the history. Then you've got our Twitter link, bandculture.com. Then you've got GitHub. Because there's a GitHub for this server. It's mine. It's like a personal thing. I wouldn't use it on a resume because these people are crazy, but you know, uh, it's nice. And then we've got a link to 2chan55, which is a website related to this place and like the memes. It's pretty distant and complex. And then Warrior Shrine, that's the website you get Toho games. And then this is called Whale Tracker. So I'll explain Whale Tracker. So I wanted to make a stats tracker app, but it is simple to make a stats tracker, which would mean a plugin for the server and then it communicates to the database, which communicates to the website. And it's simple, but it is a huge amount of manual labor. It's code monkey work. I'm not a code monkey. I'm Julius Caesar. So when I got into using AI companions, I don't want to use the term agent because it's kind of it's like disgusting. Okay, it just has a stink to it. AI agent, like you know, if you know, you know. But when I got into using AI companions, I saw that it would be perfect to like make the stats tracker now, and then I did. It was a huge project and it became kind of like the de facto main website for the server. This stats tracker, it has a lot of features, and then if you look here, so this is a PHP iframe thing that shows you the IP there isn't working, but you know it matters the least. So it's PHP iframe thing that shows you who's playing. It's got a map popularity thing. This is kind of outdated now because this functionality is covered by the new Whale Tracker app. And Whale, for the people that don't know, it's like our little mascot. So when we went here, it's easy to find lots of whales. So here is a hidden little whale. I think, let me see. There should be, maybe here. Maybe you could find a whale. Maybe. I'm gonna keep going until I find a whale. Okay, so there's no whale there. There's gonna be a whale here. Okay, I bet. Yeah, there's some whales. There's whale on that guy's head. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go to the stats tracker. So there's a lot of ways that would take you to the stats tracker. So you could go, all five of those take you to it. There's a flaming button right there that takes you to it, and then this button goes to it. I'll use the flaming one. Yeah, so it's pretty expansive. So this shows you the top players on the server. You can log in through Steam to see yourself, or you can select a player. Should work even though I'm logged in. Let's try Yahomes. Yeah, Epic Yahomes. So, you know, it blows up their stats for you to look at. You can search, and how this is sorted from top to bottom is it's evaluating your kill death ratio and it gives you a little bit of a bonus for assists. So what that means is that even if someone is a little bit new, they can still get really high on this or even reach the top. So I just, you know, I'm like that. I'm cool like that, okay? Because I like competition. Let's see. It's like Goku from Dragon Ball. Yeah, I'm Goku. So then that would take you back to the blog. This little thing, it shows you it's just mentioning the tech stack kinda, because when you vibe code, it tries making it kind of pretentiously presentable. So I did essentially edit what it said, and I left that there. And then here it specifies that's version 2.0 because I've moved it all to this big tech stack. And then Maps TV, this is a side project. It's overwhelming at a glance, but it's actually pretty amazing. So this shows you server popularity, and you can compress it to the past 14 days. Normally it does 90. You can hide the previous months being a bit more opaque and different colored. And then there's little vertical columns showing you when the server restarts. And then I'll set it back. It wasn't running, so it makes it wasn't running when we switched the games, but I got everything online. So this shows the data, and it's good data. It's the best data. So then we've got a maps popularity thing. Essentially, bigger number means better. I don't remember the calculation that I made up right now, but essentially adds an integer for each interval that the server has players on a certain map. It adds like an integer based on the number of players, I think, to show you which maps are the most popular. And I made a lot of these maps, by the way, for people that don't know anything, like a random person. God forbid a random person click on this video without context. The next thing is that if you're logged in and you're an admin, you can actually edit the server's config files, which is really cool. And then this is a master place thing. It's probably dangerous. You know, I should probably remove that, but I don't care. And then this is a cool mosaic showing you, it takes all of the images of existing maps. Here's a whale, guys. Yeah, there's a whale right there. There's probably more whales. Actually, no, maybe. Ooh, that's a tough one. Uh, that's almost a whale. Yeah, that's almost a whale too. Let's see. Oh, there's a poo map. Yeah, and he's holding Sproke. Sproke is like a meme. Yeah, so this is it's very beautiful. It's very interesting looking at a mosaic of all the little map images. And these map images are used throughout the application. Ooh, that's a map I made. Those are jelly donuts. Yeah. Let's see. So then after that, we have this thing which shows you who's online and shows you the servers. So we actually had a server in Europe. It was Blue Archive themed. It ran for essentially like 2 weeks in like little sessions because the server was so popular in around October that I was able to justify it. There's interest. And when it was attached to Whale Tracker, like when the plugin was running on the server, even though it was in Europe, it was able to appear here, show you that there's a server in Frankfurt, and it shows you the city and the country. Very cool. And this would fill up with players. It would update every 5 seconds, showing you their stats. But no one's there right now because we're just not there. And then the chat thing. So the chat thing. Ooh, I saw the N word, but it won't. It was like for a split second. I think it's legal. And I'll go to the top. Let's see. Uh, oh, all the data's gone. So the data in this clears after. Oh, did it work? Oh yeah, we're getting it. Okay, okay, okay. So I'll go back to when a bunch of people were connected about 12 hours ago, or 24 hours rather. So you can see that when people talk, it gets put in a database. The messages last 24 hours, and you can actually talk from the internet. So there's a persona system, which is really cool. So I select my persona, or I get a random one if I don't do that. And I'm gonna enter whale, whale. Actually, no, I'm gonna enter hi YouTube. And then now people in the server, or as I explained, there are multiple servers, right? If it were in Europe or in the normal server, all of the chat gets connected. So people in Europe would see that message. And then if I were playing the game and I entered a message in chat, it would get sent to the other servers. So very cool. And let's see, match logs. This is a more minor and niche feature, but if a round has more than 200 damage occur, it saves a match log or starts recording one. It shows you the stats from earlier on the stats page, but for the map. So this is really cool. It's taken from comp, and you can actually do a thing, which is that when you're in the server, you can do .ss, and it'll show you the current match that's ongoing. This is just the most recent one, and it's disabled for the game that we're currently on, TF2C, because it has technical limitations for now, but they're slowly letting up. And I think, let me see if there's anything else I can cover. Let's see, because it is pretty expansive, but I think I got it. And yeah, this is a tour of this website. Click on this just for the funnies. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Oh, we're gonna find a whale. Yeah, here are some whales. We got it, guys. We have epic whales. Congrats. So yeah, I think that's all. Like I finally created a tour for this website, and now people will be better able to understand like the changes that I made and what I've done updating the site, 'cause the site is now like it has like a new, I call it like the site having a new website now, right? So now people can understand exactly what has changed, and this is gonna be epic. So peace out.